10 school punishments from the 70s and 80s that would be illegal today. If you went to school before the 1990s, you experienced things inside that building that would get a teacher fired, arrested, or sued today. Not because schools were cruel. It was simply a completely different era, and looking back now, some of it is genuinely hard to believe actually happened. Number 1. The paddle. A real wooden paddle, sometimes with holes drilled into it, kept in the principal's office in plain sight, used on students for offenses as small as talking back or chewing gum in class. Number 2. Standing in the corner facing the wall for an entire class period, sometimes for hours, in front of every single classmate, with zero privacy and zero say in the matter. Number 3. Writing the same sentence on a chalkboard 100 times, chalk dust covering your hands, while the entire class watched you finish, sometimes long after the bell had rung. And that's just the beginning. Stick around, because number 6 on this list is the one that still shocks people the most when they remember it happened in an actual classroom. Number 4. Getting your knuckles rapped with a wooden ruler for something as minor as sloppy handwriting, a sharp sting that stayed with you long after the lesson was over. Number 5. Being sent to sit in the hallway alone for an entire class period, no supervision, no check-ins, just you and a cold tile floor until someone remembered to let you back in. Number 6. Dunce caps. An actual pointed paper cone placed on a student's head, forced to sit in the corner wearing it, while classmates openly laughed, and teachers did absolutely nothing to stop it. Number 7. Being pulled by the ear, quite literally grabbed and led across the classroom by a teacher's fingers pinched around your earlobe, in front of the entire class, without a single parent ever being called. Number 8. Extra chores as punishment. Cleaning chalkboards, washing windows, scrubbing desks after school, sometimes for offenses that had absolutely nothing to do with cleanliness at all. Number 9. Public humiliation as a teaching method. Reading your bad test score out loud to the entire class. Making you stand up while your mistakes were listed one by one. Nobody questioned whether this actually helped anyone learn. And number 10, the one almost everyone from that era remembers with a strange mix of horror and nostalgia. If you got in trouble at school, and your parents found out, you got in trouble again at home, twice as bad, and nobody ever thought to ask whether the school was in the wrong. Looking back now, it's genuinely stunning how normal all of this once was. Teachers weren't monsters. They were simply operating inside a system that believed fear and physical discomfort were legitimate tools for keeping order in a classroom. Parents largely agreed with the system, trusting teachers completely, rarely questioning what happened behind those classroom doors. Today, every single one of these would end a teaching career, trigger a lawsuit, or bring police involvement. We understand now what that generation didn't fully grasp yet, that fear doesn't actually teach respect, and humiliation doesn't actually build character. Modern classrooms focus on understanding, communication, and actual accountability instead of punishment for its own sake, and that shift genuinely made schools safer places to learn. But ask anyone who survived that era, and most will tell you something surprising. They don't necessarily wish it back. But they'll admit it built a strange kind of toughness, a generation that learned to handle discomfort, consequences, and public embarrassment in ways kids today rarely have to experience at all. If you went through even half of this list, you already know exactly which memory just made you wince the hardest. Which one did you experience? Because if you're old enough to remember any of these, you survived a version of school that genuinely no longer exists.